What is personal development and why should you do it? Personal development is the self-study, is the education that you do on your own time of yourself to take yourself to the next level, to take your skills, your knowledge, your value to the next level. See, I just bought this phone, the Samsung Note 5, a couple of weeks ago, and currently it's one of the hottest phones on the market. But guess what? It dawned on me that Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, all these companies are already in the lab and they're already working on the Samsung Note 6, the Note 7. They're already working on the next version of the iPhone that's going to come out next year and the year after that. They're already planning these things. And the reason why is because that's what the consumer demands. The consumer next year is going to want a thinner phone, a lighter phone, a phone with better resolution, that has a better battery life. And if they don't keep up with what the public wants and the consumers want, they're going to get blown right out of the water. And so if they even want to have a fighting chance, they got to constantly be developing themselves and updating themselves. And just like you need to be constantly updating yourself. You need to be constantly taking your self-worth, your value to the next level. This time next year, you want to look back and think about how far you've progressed. You want to have raised your self-worth, your value. You want to be higher value. Think about someone like Anthony Robbins, for example. About 15 years ago, a one-on-one coaching session with him started at $1 million. He got called on by people like the President of the United States, Bill Clinton. And the reason why is because of what his worth is, what his value is. I guarantee you he wasn't getting calls and getting paid $1 million for one-on-one sessions when he was 10, 15 years old because his value wasn't there yet. But over the years, he started out maybe at $100 a session, then $200, then $300, and then $10,000 and so forth as his value and as he constantly kept updating himself. If you study Anthony Robbins, he is obsessed with personal development. I mean, ridiculous obsession that most people would think is absurd about how hungry he is for constantly expanding his knowledge and his work, because he knows that the more that he puts in here, that the more that he understands, the better that he becomes at his communication skills, the more knowledge he knows, the more awareness that he has about the world, the more people are going to pay him for his products, his services, and so forth. And so if you want to have a fighting chance in this life, then you need to take that same type of personal responsibility into yourself and then taking your personal worth to the next level every single day. Read and learn about ways you can take your relationship with your spouse to the next level. Learn about how you can become a better parent, a better father, a better mother. Learn about how you can eat, how you can improve your health, about exercise and fitness. And it really doesn't matter so much about what you're learning about, just as long as you're constantly learning. Because anything is value. Even if you just learn about, dog training skills, that is value. There's somebody out there that would find value in the education that you have. So make a commitment to that. Tony Robbins, I love Tony Robbins. That's why I parallel with him a lot. But he has an acronym that's called CANI, C-A-N-I, which is a commitment. He says it's a commitment to constant and never-ending improvement. He says everybody should have a commitment to constant and never-ending improvement. Every single day, even if it's just a little bit, do something to raise your level of self-worth. Because think about a fruit. We can learn so much from nature. As soon as a fruit becomes ripe, it begins to rot. And so you're either growing in life or you're dying. And that's why you always want to constantly be growing, constantly pushing yourself, constantly taking your worth to the next level so that you can become the upgraded version of yourself, the Billy or the Sammy or the Michael 2.0, and then next year the 3.0. So with that, guys, dedicate yourself to personal development and go to the top.